Vito asked me last week if I wanted to speak about, how we got where we are now. I would say 12 years ago, believe it or not, I was homeless. All right, when I was younger, I did some stupid stuff. Not anything that I'm proud of. I was young, I was dumb. It was the only way for me to get ahead because everybody always told me I wasn't gonna amount to shit. School teachers, family members. Yeah.
Doing good.
Yeah. And after everybody was telling me that I wasn't gonna amount to shit, I felt like I wasn't shit. Finally called my father up and I told him, I said, Dad, I was like, I want to get off the streets. I said, this ain't good for me. I got my kids, got my sons, which I only had 2 boys at the time. It hurt me. Inside, it really hurt me because I was like, I'm always thinking about them and I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I know I'm better than this. I know I could do better. I went to Florida. I actually started a power washing business, which was awesome. I made some really, really, really good money power washing. I just couldn't stand the heat. It was hot. My dad bought me a power washer and I was killing it. I ended up coming back. I started working for my uncle in 2012, 2013. And I wasn't really making much. And we was working at a paint shop, which was just staining wood. It was through a machine. It wasn't painting houses or anything like that. And ever since then, I always say, like, I don't know what it was. I love painting. Whether if it was the staining, through a machine, because he had a guy throwing it from one side, the other guy catches it, puts it on a rack. 2 years I lasted there. He fired me. After that, I went on Craigslist and I found this guy named Brian. Didn't know him. He needed someone to paint a house. I must have painted maybe 2 houses before that. I didn't know shit about it, but I loved it. I called him up. I said, listen, you looking for a painter? Give me a call. I'm willing to work. So he put me in a house in Holiday City. It was an exterior job. And he was like, listen, if you're willing to work, he was like, paint the outside of this house, $20 an hour. I finished the outside of the house by myself in 2 days. He was so happy. He loved the job. I don't know how I did a beautiful job because at that time I didn't know shit about painting. So I worked for him for about another 2 years, 3 years or something like that, making great money, about $20 an hour. He had me remodel a bathroom. I told him, I said, listen, I don't know shit about tiles. I'm like, you got the wrong guy for this. But he wanted to use me for all different type of stuff. I just felt like it was a God-given because he put me there for a reason, for this guy that I didn't even know, that wasn't even family or wasn't even friends, to teach me the ropes of how to really go legit and make legit money and make great money. I did a couple of bathrooms with him. I did this one bathroom with him in Manchester. He was like, Walter, he was like, I need you to take this tub out. I need to take the towels out. Take the faucet out. You're gonna redo this whole bathroom. I'm like, Brian, I don't know shit about tiles. Like, what do you want? Like, what am I doing here? He was like, you're gonna learn. Took the tub out. When it was time to take out the toilet, I didn't know that I was supposed to shut the water off, all right, and then cut it off. So next thing you know, the whole freaking bathroom is being flooded with water. I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know a shut-off valve for water existed. So I called him up in panic. I was like, Brian, I'm like, listen, I'm sorry. I fucked up. I'm flooding these people's houses. You need to come. He showed up like within 5 minutes. He's like, it's all right. It's a lesson learned. I ended up doing the bathroom. He told me I did great. Worked for him for a little bit longer. This guy, Brian, I haven't seen him since. His phone number shut off. It's just crazy because that lesson for someone that wasn't even nowhere near me, it's not family, it just came out of the blue to show me how to be a boss before even starting a business. He tells me I'm shutting down the business. And he was like, I can't do this no more. I can't run this business. I got other stuff I have to do. Exact words to me. So he connected me with someone that was painting houses in Holiday City. And he got me in with him to do all the painting job. He left. Haven't heard from him since. Don't know where he is, don't know where he lives. I was like, you know what? I started my business. I'm like, I got this. I felt flat in my face. I put money out. I didn't want to give up. I was always willing to go out there and make money. I got Wolvernell. I got my other two beautiful daughters. That it's her daughters, but it's my daughters. It's Destiny and Olivia. Then I got Rosie. Everybody just still at that time was telling me, Walter, don't do it. I started off with a Toyota 4Runner. I started doing little end jobs. Wasn't making no money. Wasn't doing enough. I started working for this other painter. I worked with him and I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to learn this business. And the only way for me to learn is actually get into the painting business to see how they are doing it, to see how I can learn from it and make it better. And I got around with some painters that were amazing. And I learned from these guys. What I did was for about a year and a half, I just learned. And then I decided it's time for me to really start wheezing out of here, little by little. I worked from him from 7:30 to 4 o'clock every day, from 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night for about 7, 8 months, probably a year. I was doing side jobs, making $800, $600 just on bedrooms, just so I could keep learning the trades. So I did that, and you know, I did jobs for him, I did jobs for other people. I did that for a while. I started doing my night jobs. That money I was saving, the money I was making from the other painting company, I was actually taking that to help with the bills. 2019 is when I decided to really go on my own and say, you know what, I got this. I'm gonna fucking do it. I got my accountant. I started doing things the right way. I was doing my stuff with like dirt cheap just so I can get in there and like show off my work, and that way they can keep calling me. And in 2019, the business made $39,000. Now this is just a painting business. This is somebody that came from fucking nothing. I didn't have no trade. I didn't learn it. I learned it on my own. $1,000 with the business. I treat my customers with respect. I go out there, I give the fair prices to my customers, and a lot of times if a customer's not happy with certain things, I don't get paid. You know what I mean? I tell them, listen, let me go to your house, let me finish whatever I gotta finish, make it right. If you're happy, then you can pay me. That with customer service is just amazing with me, because at the end of the day, man, I'm trying to be different than any other painter out there. In order for me to do that, is just to do the right thing by people. You know, I love what we do. Just, it was a long journey, stressful. Yeah, I mean, we bought our first house 2 years ago. You know, I cried like a little baby because, you know, I wanted it for my kids. I wanted the house for my kids. You guys see me like this every single day. I don't dress up because I don't care. I don't care about material stuff. I don't care about dressing nice. As long as my kids, my wife, and my house is good. Listen, I walk around with fucking holes in my shirt, and she tells me all the time, you need to change your shoes. For what? These fuckers are making me money. It was a long journey. It was stressful, but that's what I try to strive for. I try to do better for myself. I try to do more for my kids. My mom worked 3 jobs. She didn't have nothing. She always said sorry to me because she couldn't give me what she wanted to give me. And I was like, you know what? I got everything. I got you. You know, you made everything possible. And I think I got my hustling mentality and my love and my respect for people of, you know, whatever you do, like I respect everybody, and I get that from my mother. You know, that's the best gift that anyone can give someone, you know, I mean, especially from a parent, is just to, you know, respect other people. I respect everybody, man. I get that from my mom, man. It's just, yeah, here we are. You gonna learn today. But yeah, that's it. That's, yep. Enough. That's it.
Thank you for sharing your story with us, Walter. It's much appreciated.
You're welcome.